Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today in this video we'll discuss a very interesting problem. So the problem statement is automate starting and stopping AWS EC2 instance using Hibernate Gem. So what is EC2 instance? So EC2 instance is basically a web service which is provided by Amazon AWS, which helps users to rent virtual computers in the cloud. Mainly it is used for running web applications or services. So, as we know, like we are running web applications on EC2 instance. So, few instances which are for production are used to be live for 24 into 7, but there are few instances, for example, like staging instance or your UAT instance, which we don't have to run for 24 into 7. We have to run those instances only when your developers or your team is working on them or utilizing those EC2 instances. Otherwise, it is a waste of resources as well as your money is getting burned due to it. So today we'll discuss the same problem, like how we can optimize the EC2 instance up and down time. That will help us in saving the cost as well as using our resources and utilizing them effectively. So I was exploring the solution for this problem. So I came up with building a gem in Ruby, which is Hibernate Gem. So in Hibernate Gem, I have tried to automate the start and stopping of an AWS EC2 instances using AWS services. So Hibernate Gem helps you to create rules with a cron expression, like when to shut down an instance, when to start it again, and things like that. So you can manage those rules using Hibernate Gem. And when those rules are created, those rules are created inside the Amazon CloudWatch event. And inside CloudWatch event, there is an event page, AWS event page services, which I'll show you in the later part of the video, which basically invoke the AWS Lambda functions. In Lambda functions, we have written a very simple script. We take the instance ID, we take the state of it, like whether to start it or stop it, and AWS Lambda function start and stop the EC2 instance. And all this functionality, like all these logs which are happening like while doing a start and stop and running those Lambda functions, are logged into Amazon CloudWatch. So today we'll see like how we can utilize this Hibernate Gem created by me to help us automate start and stopping of AWS EC2 instance. So the agenda of this video is overview of the Hibernate Gem. We'll first go through the Hibernate Gem, then we'll set up the Hibernate Gem, and then we'll utilize that Hibernate Gem, and we'll schedule the rules using those Hibernate Gems. So I'll show you the proper demo, like how to do it. So are you excited, guys? Let's jump into the demo for the Hibernate Gem. Here it is in my namespace, Manish Sharma 7575. Put a namespace and we'll go here. So you can look into the gem from this URL. I'll be pasting this URL in the description, and also you can visit rubygems.org and search there Hibernate and download the latest version for it. So yeah, we'll go here and we'll see like. So I'll just give an overview of Hibernate Gem, then we'll quickly jump into the setting up of the Hibernate Gem. So the problem statement is very clear, as I have explained you. As a software engineer team, we are working with a Amazon EC2 instance on a daily basis, and it is basically used for running application and services, but we are not able to properly manage our EC2 instance. So we can manage them and avoid unnecessary cost and resource consumptions. So the problem here, this Hibernate Gem is a solution for this problem. So this project basically automates the start and stop of the AWS EC2 instances based on scheduled CloudWatch events using AWS Lambda functions. So let me give you a project overview. So the project overview is like how it, what is the high level architecture of it. So basically we have everything is created from this gem only. We don't have to go to manually do stuffs in AWS dashboard. Only except we have to create one user. I am user in AWS. That's it. And everything will be managed from this gem. So these projects allow you to first create a Lambda function that automatically starts or stop the EC2 instance based on their current state, running or stop. So only for two states we are doing it, running or stop. If it is in running, it will stop it. If it is in stop, it will make it up in running state. So we can schedule EC2 instance, start and stop operation using CloudWatch events, and manage the schedule and EC2 instance operation through a Ruby based CLI. So Ruby based CLI is basically Hibernate Gem. We have provided a CLI version of it. So what happens, like overview of is the user use a command line interface, and using command line interface they can configure CloudWatch events, which will be registered in CloudWatch events, and when CloudWatch events will basically trigger those events, and that will invoke the Lambda function. Once Lambda function is invoked, there will be two things. Uh, Log execution will be sent to CloudWatch logs, as well as it will execute the script. And while executing the script, in script we have written it very simple way, like whether to start or stop the EC2 instance. It will depend on the state. And if it is in start, it will start an EC2 instance. If it is in stop, it will stop the EC2 instance. So this was basically an overview of the project. So features are basically Lambda functions. We are creating the Lambda function. We are creating CloudWatch events, and we have a CLI interface. So the prerequisite required for this project is first is AWS CLI, which is AWS command. So for checking that, you have to do by using the which AWS command. So which AWS command, if it is installed, it will give you the path. So and Ruby version required for this project is Ruby should be greater than 3.2.2, and AWS SDK, which are gems, which will be installed inside the project only. So you don't have to care about it from externally. And IAM permissions. So this is the first step. Like we have to create a new user, which and will pass those access key and access secret that will be generated to the Hibernate gem, and it will help the Hibernate gem to perform its task. So here are the required permissions for IAM user. So I have listed down all the permission. So we'll just go here and we'll copy paste this policies. So policies are basically for EC2 instance, for describe, start, stop, for event bridge, creating the rules, listing the rules, deleting the rules, and Lambda functions, permission, add permission, create function, get function, invoke function, and remove permission. And for IAM role, so this user have to get some IAM role permission as well. Why? Because it will create a new role which will help us in invoking those Lambda function, which I'll show you in the demo, like why we are creating this new IAM. So let's just go and start. So I'll create a new user. So I'll go here and search for IAM. You have to search for IAM. Once you are inside this IAM, so you have to go here in the users, and once you are inside the user, you have to click on create user, and we create a new user. We'll name it Hibernate demo, and next. Here will there are three options: add user to the group, copy permissions, and attach policy directly. So we'll go with the option attach policy directly. And here we have to create a custom policy because we are creating a group of policies. So either we can choose it from here, from the listed permission in the readme.md, or you can create a policy in one go. So we'll create a policy, and here there are two versions, either visual or JSON. We'll use the JSON version. We'll do control A, delete this, and control V. Okay. Now we have to do few things here. First, we have to replace this region. So I'll replace it with Mumbai region, as I'm from India. So I'll replace it with App South 1. And also we have to replace the account ID. So we go here Is this account ID? Here also we have to do the same thing. Account ID, account ID, and here also we have to replace account ID as well. Reason app south one. Yeah. So now this JSON is valid, and previously it was invalid because of this variable which we have assigned now. So we are done, and the visual. So we have this event bridge, EC2, Lambda, and I am permissions. So I'll go and click on next. So after clicking on next, I have to give the policy name. So I'll give Hibernate Hibernate demo policy. Okay, so we have this permission EC2 list write, event bridge list read write, I am permissions management read write, Lambda permissions management read write. Okay, we'll click on create policy. Here we go. Policy is created. So I'll search here. I'll first reload it from here. Then I'll Hibernate. So here we go. We have Hibernate demo policy which we created just now. I'll go back to set permissions. Here we'll do same. We'll reload it and we'll search the policy. Okay, here I'll search the policy Hibernate demo policy which we created just now. Click on next, review and create. User is Hibernate demo and we have Hibernate policy. We'll click on create user. So here we go. Our user is created Hibernate demo. I'll click on it and here we'll click see Hibernate demo policy attached to it and we'll create the access key from here and we'll click on next and description we'll leave it empty and we'll create access key. So here we go, access key is created. I'll download this file. Downloaded this file. Now we'll again go back to our readme.md and go to our next step. So we have created this I am permissions, I am role. So next step is the setup of the project, which is a part 2 of our agenda. So in this part 2 we'll do the setup. So setup is first we have to clone this repository. So I'll go here, I'll copy paste this to my git clone. So we are cloning this project. It is clone. We'll go cd hibernate and we'll open this. So code is open. Now we'll set the config file. So we clone the repository. So now next step, we'll see the next step. So next step is to environment configuration, which is creating a config.yaml file at the root of the project. So we'll do that step. So I'll quickly jump to my VS Code. What you have to do, you have to search for config.yaml.sample. You have to rename this. So I'll quickly rename it to config.yaml. And now we have to rename the profile name. So I'll just rename the profile name to, let's say, Hibernate. We don't need second profile. If you have multiple account, you can utilize this feature of creating multiple profiles, basically using multiple AWS account. So profile is basically AWS account. So you can use multiple AWS account here. So I'll delete this one. This is not required. And I'll copy paste the account ID. I'll just go and copy paste the account ID. Paste it here. Here we go. Then we have this reason name as south one, which is Mumbai reason. I'll copy paste the access key and access ID. So copy pasted access key and access ID successfully. And once this step is done, we'll move to our next step, which is the step number 3. So I'll just quickly go here. So step 3 is installing the dependency. So we'll do rake install. So I'll go to my terminal. Rake is now installing the gem. So gem installed. We'll check the version. Gem. So here we go. So Hibernate version 0.1.8. We'll do Hibernate --help. So we'll list all the command for us. So we have setup commands, we have rule command, and rule have sub commands, create, list, update, and remove. So we'll be using. So we'll start with our first command, which is our setup command. So I'll do hibernate setup minus help. So here we have a profile option. So we have to pass in profile option. So I'll pass -p and hibernate. So I'll run this command. So it has started with creating first zip file. Then it has created IAM role. Then it is attaching custom policies to the IAM role. Then once IAM role is created and policies are attached, it started creating Lambda function. So we got an error while creating a Lambda function. We'll run this again. It will be most probably the error will be due to the policy was not created and we started creating a Lambda function. And in between the process, the policy was not created and Lambda function tried to use that policy. It was giving the error. So we'll run it again. So I will run this again. So and I will run this again. So it will say that zip file is already created and IAM role already exists. So it will skip the role creation and it will create Lambda function. So and the Lambda function is created this time. So we'll quickly check in from the browser if all things are set or not. So I'll quickly jump into the browser. So we are now here. We'll reload this and we'll see. So you can see a new role is created, EC2 auto shutdown and start. If I'll open this, so I have two things, EC2 control policy and EC2 Lambda basic execution. So I'll now check the Lambda function. So I'll go here, no Lambda function here. So I'll reload this and we'll see a new Lambda function is here, which was created 51 seconds ago. So here we go. Here we have the Lambda function and here we have the code for it. This is the code. And this Lambda function is created from the Hibernate Gem. Once so this Lambda function is created from the Hibernate Gem. So it is here now. So it is very simple. Like Lambda function basically takes two input, instance ID and action. On the basis of action, whether it is a start, it will start an EC2 instance. If it is a stop, it will stop an EC2 instance. So this was our first command is done. In the setup, we have done setup of the Lambda function. Now we have already seen like how to set up the Hibernate Gem and create the Lambda function. So now we'll jump into the another command, which is the rule command. And in rule command, we have four sub commands: create, list, update, and remove. So we'll start with a create command. So first we'll look into the usage of create command using help command. So I'll quickly open my terminal. So I'll run hibernate rule create minus help. So we have the following options for the Hibernate rule create command. -p is for profile, -i is for instance name. So in our case, that will be Hibernate. -s is for start cron expression, -e is for stop cron expression. So what will be the format of this cron expression will look like? So I'll quickly point you to the particular page from AWS, which have the detailed description of it, like the format. So I'll quickly show you. Let me open my switch to browser. And so we have the following scheduling canary runs using cron. So these are the fields for the minutes, hours, day of the month, day of the week, year, and the allowed values and allowed special characters. So you can go through this particular doc and see like what is the format for the cron expression, and as per your use case you can make a cron expression out of it for you. For now we'll be referring to these examples, and in examples we have expression for this first one. We'll pick this up for this demo video, which is like running a cron at particular time every day. So we'll quickly pick this one. So I'll quickly jump to the terminal and show you how to use create command. So we'll go here. I'll quickly jump into my terminal. So in terminal, I'll run hibernate rule create -p my profile name, which is hibernate, -i the instance name, which is also hibernate, -e is for end expression, and -s is for start expression. So I'll quickly go to the browser and we'll quickly check what is current UTC time. So current UTC time is 8:28. So we'll schedule it for 8:31 for stop. So we'll schedule it for 18:32, and my start expression will be 8, let's say 35, star, star, question mark, star, and here we go. I'll click on enter. So command is running. So it has found EC2 instance with ID, and it has added permission for start instance rule to invoke Lambda function, and start rule is created. Then permission added for stop rule created. Then CloudWatch events created for instance with Hibernate. Let's see if this rules are created in the CloudWatch events or not. So I'll quickly jump into the browser, and here we go. Rules. I'll quickly reload this. So here we have two rules created. One is for start and another one is for stop. I'll quickly go to the stop instance rule, and you can quickly see like we have the description. Rule is stop the instance with particular ID name at a specific time. And if we go here, we have the cron expression. So it will run at 13 November 8:32, which will be the UTC. And if I quickly move to the targets, then here we have one target, which is EC2 auto shutdown start function, which is a lambda function. And if we open this constant, we'll see like we are passing these two variables to the lambda function, which is one is instance ID, another one is action. So action is stop, that means to stop the instance at particular time. So now we'll see like I think our time is up, which is 18:31. We have scheduled it for 18:32. Now I'll show you rules, and from here I'll click on this target name. So if we go to the target name, here we'll see like we have a EC2 auto shutdown start function, and we'll see like event bridge is connected to it, and we have, you can see start instance rule and stop instance rule. So if I quickly open the details, so stop, we have stop cron expression, which is 8:32, and we have start. So now I will see like I think the time should be up for now 8:32. We'll quickly jump into the instance and see our instance. So see, you can see the instance is getting stopped. So it is currently in stopping state. So we'll reload it once again and we'll see. So it is stopped. So at I think 8:35, it will start again on its own. So right now time is 8:30. Till then we will see like the second command. So I'll quickly go here. What is the second command? So second command is list command. So I'll quickly jump into my terminal, and now we'll run the help command for, first I'll clear this. Let me clear this. Now I'll run rule list minus minus. So what options are available to us? So you can see we have following options: minus p, same for profile; minus I, we can filter out using instance name as well; minus s if we want only uh, start expression start expression rule, and if we want only end expression rules, we can use minus e flag. So I'll quickly now do my hibernate rule list minus p profile, which is hibernate, and my, so yeah, we'll quickly, I'll hit enter, and you can now see two rules which we created while ago. Start with the cron expression, we have the instance name, we have the instance ID, and we have the state which is enabled, and the action is start. Same goes for stop. So I now will filter it on the basis of instance name. So hibernate minus I, which is for instance name, to hibernate. Yeah. So we have this two rules available when we filter out using the minus I hibernate. And if I want only the start expression, so I'll pass minus s flag. So you can see like we only have the start instance rule expression, and if I pass it to minus e option, then we'll have only stop instance rule expression. So here we go, we only have stop rule expression. So this is the list command, and now we'll quickly check like whether our instance is up or not. So I'll quickly first list down all the rules, then we'll quickly jump into our browser to see. So I'll quickly show you my browser. We'll go to instances and I'll reload this. So you can see it is in running state. That means our start rule expression is also executed successfully. So we can check the logs like for like when those Lambda functions are getting executed, those are logged into CloudWatch. So I'll quickly go to my CloudWatch. You can go to log groups, and in log groups, this will be created. AWS Lambda EC2 auto shutdown start function. Here we go, and here you can see all the Lambda function execution. So I'll quickly open this first one, and here we have the logs. So this is for stop instance. So we have stop EC2 instance with particular ID. Then we have start request. This is the second one. So it has started EC2 instance. Then here we have all the logs. So you can check the logs for the Lambda function execution from CloudWatch log groups. Okay, now we'll see our third command, which is we covered the list. Now we'll cover the update command, basically updating an existing schedule. So we'll quickly see like from the help command how to use update command. So I'll open the terminal again and I'll clear all these things. So I'll quickly type hibernate rule update minus minus help. So here we go. So we have the following options available. Minus P is for profile, minus R, which is for rule, which is for the rule name. From the list command, we can get the rule name. So I'll run list minus P hibernate, and minus S is for the start expression for the particular rule, minus E is for stop expression for the particular rule, and minus A is for uh, state. So if in the list command you can see like we have this state enable or uh, enable disable. So we can enable or disable the rule, and this is the rule name which we will be using as a minus R flag, and minus S is for start cron expression, minus E is for end cron expression. So we'll quickly run the update command. So hibernate rule update minus P, which is profile is hibernate, minus R is for. So now star instance isn't currently in running state, so we'll stop it using update command. So minus R stop, and minus E is for stop expression. So we'll give it. So we'll quickly jump and see like what is the current time in UTC. So I'll quickly open my terminal now. And so we'll 8:42. And here we go. I'll run this. So it has found instance ID. It is removing old rule for stop instance rule with the same, and then it has removed that. Then removed the permission for it as well. Then CloudWatch even remove for the previous rule. Then permission added for the new rule, which will be created out of the new cron expression. Then we'll be adding the permission. Then the rule will be created. Then CloudWatch events will be created for this Hibernate for this instance. Now we'll quickly jump and see like whether it is updated or not from the browser. So I'll quickly open my browser and we'll go to the rules. So we have this stop. So I'll go to the rules and here we go. So this stop instance rules is changed. Now we have a new cron expression which is 842. It will run at 842. And if I open this, so this is scheduled at 8:42, and the description has been changed, and the rule name is also changed because rule name is unique and it is created out of the cron expression has like, so to give every time a unique generic name to the rule. And here we go, and it is scheduled for 8:42. We'll wait till then, and till then we'll see another version of update command to disable the state. So I'll go to the terminal and we'll quickly see. So let's say we have to for the start instance rule, we have to disable it. So how we can do it? We will run hibernate rule update minus p hibernate minus r, which is this. I'll copy paste this, and minus a, which is for state. I'll quickly pass it as disable. So I'll run this command and we'll see. So it has found instance ID from the rule, and the rule has been disabled. So we'll quickly list and see. So I'll quickly go hibernate rule list minus p hibernate. So if I now list the rules, so you can see like start one is disabled now, and the stop one, the cron expression has been changed to 840. Now we'll quickly jump to the browser and see if our instance is stopped or not. Browser, go here, instance, and reload it. So we can see it is in stop state right now. Now we have covered the update command. Now we have to cover this remove command. So we'll quickly jump into our terminal and see how to use remove command. So I'll quickly I'll clear this first, and we'll do hibernate rule remove minus minus L. So we have the following options already. Minus I is for instance name and minus R is for rule name. So we'll do hibernate. We'll first do the listing the rules to delete the rule on the basis of rule name. So hibernate rule remove minus p profile minus R rule name. We'll first delete this first one. Here we go. It has removed rule. It has removed lambda permission for that particular rule that was given to invoke the lambda function, basically the trigger, and then we have a message like CloudWatch event removed for this rule. If I do list again, hibernate rule list minus p hibernate. So you can see we have only one rule available. So I'll quickly delete this one as well. Rule remove minus p hibernate minus r rule name. And here we go. If I do listing, then rules are deleted and we have nothing. I'll quickly check from browser as well. So you can quickly go to the rule section. You can reload this. Now we don't have any rule. And if you go to lambda function, if we reload this, so we'll see those triggers are gone now. See, we have 0 triggers. We don't have any triggers now. Those triggers are also removed. So yeah, these were all the commands. So we have covered the remove command as well. So I have listed down the command uses here, so you can quickly check out with all the options available and how to use them with the example also for them. Almost every part of our agenda. First, we have seen like overview of the Hibernate Gem. Then we have set up the Hibernate Gem. Then we have scheduled rules using Hibernate Gem, in which we have seen how to use the rule create, update, delete, and remove command. And yeah, so you can also try this out for saving the cost for your EC2 instance. So we basically as a developer running our website 24/7, sometimes which some websites are not required to be run for 24/7, like staging, UAT in your company. So you can optimize that and save some money, and you can optimize your resource and save the Amazon cost. So please check this out and try this gem out. And if you have any feedbacks, feel free to comment it on the video. And also, if you are keen to the contribution, like if you see any possibility to improve this gem. And also I have few issues already open in this. So if you want to start the contribution, so you can quickly jump and assign yourself and start the contribution. And if you see any bugs, you can open a new issue and If you want to have a new feature, feel free to open a new issue. We'll talk about it in the GitHub discussion, and we'll see if there's a possibility to roll that out. So feel free to jump into the contribution. I'm open to it. And thank you for watching the video. And please subscribe the channel. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. And please check out codelogs.in.